Maxxxine.
Truth be told, it actually looks okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's... Is this a comedy or what? What are we... What?
No, it's a serious movie.
Oh, yeah, because there's...
It's a revenge movie, I think, or something, maybe.
Weird.
I couldn't tell from the trailer. The thing is, I only seen the trailer, like, maybe twice, I think.
Yeah, I think that feels about right.
I know it's
from
an adult film star.
Yep.
Becomes an actress.
In Hollywood.
In Hollywood, and there's a bunch of murder.
And somehow she's involved.
She has a gun for some of it. I know some people die.
and
that's really all. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big, long, in-depth trailer, which is good.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not sure what to expect.
No.
Which is how I prefer it.
Yes.
And
I like being like, I don't have an opinion yet.
Yes.
Like
not
that.
like Fly Me to the Moon. We came in like, I know the whole fucking story.
Yeah, we saw the fucking whatever. She's this, blah blah blah. Yeah, no, this
her
will
book's
be
on fire. You know,
she's brilliant, but she doesn't know to not throw fucking alcohol on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on,
martini.
She's classy though.
Classy lady.
Anyway, wrong movie.
Maxxxine
is a porn star turned Hollywood actress, revenge, wicked lady. Hopefully,
that's what I just said. Yep.
So that's it. That's all I know.
That's it.
Yep.
I know that her name is spelled M-A-XXX-ine.
I mean,
so
if that was your porn star name, I guess that
I'm sure
that's
it is, yeah.
That's legit right there. That's
pretty legit. And the other thing is, it's a period piece. It's in the 80s.
Oh yeah. That's right. I was gonna ask you that. Like, what is this? What year is this?
Yeah, it looks like it's in the 80s. So
okay.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I hope it's good. Another bonus. Hour and 44 minutes.
Yeah, perfect runtime. Perfect.
I'm happy about that. So
unless it's so good, like the last movie we saw, where
I wanted it to
more
go
3-4 hours long.
I think Horizon could have benefited from like another half hour.
Surprisingly, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Anyway, hour 44. I hope it's like.
Do you know the actress?
No.
No
name. She looked familiar, but then I was like, is she, or am I just?
Or does she?
I just see too many fucking movies.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, especially from when you get to period pieces, they dress them like everyone from the period piece, and then you're like, I've seen enough of those period pieces recently where I don't fucking remember.
I'm just kind of sick of like movies based in the 80s, like Stranger Things, or like it's all about the pop culture, like the hit movies.
Telling you, man. Oh yeah.
I just hope they don't cram it down our fucking throats.
Yeah.
I hope it's just clothing and cars that are 80s. And not like, we're gonna go see Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah, where they're no, they just sprinkle the shit, and it's like you don't need to know, like it's not.
I don't want to see Return of the Jedi.
Like reinforcing it with dialogue is bullshit. Mm-hmm. Just be visual.
Yes.
Maybe drop like a very iconic thing
or some sort of slang,
but don't have the characters point it out.
Some sort of slang that they use in the turn. You know, like cool beans was the 70s or whatever.
Was it?
I think so. I don't fucking know. I wasn't born in the 70s, so.
But I know so many people our age and their parents that still use that.
Correct.
I guess we still say cool. That's from a gajillion years ago.
60s maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. That's nobody says hip or can you dig it or anything like that.
Yeah, right.
Like that shit died off, but cool somehow.
Peter Parker says, can you dig it? Dig on this.
Dig on this.
And then he goes emo. Emo is like from the 70s, right? No? No, I was kidding. No, anyway.
I don't know.
I don't care. We're going to see this movie.
I don't think emo happened until Rocky Horror Picture Show, probably.
I think emo happened in like 2005.
Well, the more likely, yeah, but I'm saying like the goth movement and shit like that.
Sure.
Like Elvira and a few other. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Who cares? Anyway.
It's not useful to know.
No, not really.
And you don't care.
No one cares.
So I think we'll go. We're gonna see you sometime later, and we'll report back to you in just a second here.
All right. Boom! We saw Maxxxine.
Maxxxine, guys. Maxxxine.
Maxxxine with 3 X's.
A lot of X's.
Yep. I don't know, man.
I know. So this movie is set in exactly 1985, and they put a grainy film filter over the whole thing.
The whole movie looks like shit.
The whole movie looks
like shit.
I
don't want to watch movies like that. It looks like shit. It looks all grainy and just sucky. Like, show me good high-res stuff, and I'll be happy.
I don't think this had a reason to have high-res stuff.
It didn't have a reason to look shitty. So stop it.
To pretend like it's in 1985.
Ugh.
Okay, so
It's pretending to be a movie when it's a movie. It's a movie, so it should be like, this is really happening.
yeah.
Don't pretend to be a movie if you're a movie.
that doesn't
You're
bother me.
already a movie. I don't know, whatever.
I get it.
Anyway,
So, I will say this about the movie right off the bat. It really looked like the fucking 80s. There's a lot of 80s stuff going on and whatever. And it takes place during the time of the Night Stalker. I guess was it just that year that he was out doing that?
Yeah.
Or was it, yeah. So he's out terrorizing the.
this is so.
They make you think it's about him, but it's really not. It's about something else that's going on.
So, this is really
I'll just
mixed to me.
spoil it, but whatever.
Well, whatever.
I don't. Fucking
So, like, a lot of this is really good, intense, and cool, and like
Yeah,
shot
some of it
well.
is, yeah.
Parts of it are like a fucking Scooby-Doo cartoon.
It's
Parts of it are fucking the most overacting
It's-
pile of shit acting I've ever seen ever.
I think for me, the payoff of this movie severely lacks any sort of weight or like, you know, where's the juicy bits? This was a overcooked steak, I think, to me, and I didn't.
This felt like a 3-hour fucking movie.
I didn't get that feel.
I was
but, like,
really bored for most of
oh,
it.
dude, that's not what am I doing?
That's how I felt. I felt really bored. Even though there was some cool graphic violence, it wasn't even, like, it didn't carry it. It didn't, I don't know.
There's a lot of dumb things that happen that didn't need to happen that are just there to show you what can happen that are really related
Remember
to
that bitch gets a cross stuck in her eye, and then she immediately falls down a hill. Ah! I laughed
That
out loud.
was Scooby-Doo shit.
Ooh,
That was
doinks.
Scooby-Doo
Oh no, down the
shit.
hill.
Oh man, that was.
She's got
that
a
was
cross stick in her eye.
Yeah, we'll get to that
fucking
later.
stupid.
That was.
There's some doinks.
Yes, it was that. And I think that Kevin Bacon is in this, and he's comic fucking relief.
He's hamming it up. He runs like this.
He's like, where he's got the bow-legged, like, ooh,
there's a
I'm coming
Scooby-Doo
to get
chase
you.
scene. It's so
I don't
stupid.
get it. I don't. Was that on purpose, or was that like
know.
I can't tell if this
That was. Oh my god. So the movie had a trajectory, and then it didn't, and it turned Scooby-Doo
Well,
for
I'll
a few
say
minutes.
this: the ending in this pissed me off.
Really?
Yeah, it really pissed me off.
It was
I
like-
thought there was going
it
to
was
be way something cooler than that, and that's what it was. I was majorly let down by the fucking
they kept
last
doing this.
20 minutes.
She's running from her past shit.
Yeah.
And then like it never really fucking.
You don't feel the weight of the past at all.
No.
We don't care what she's running from because it's not even in the movie, really. It's
I'll
just
tell you this,
alluded to.
There is a stunt actor in this movie who needs like $1 million.
Holy shit. So, yeah.
Someone gets hit in the back of the head. Hold
He
on.
gets hit in the back of the head with a baseball
He
bat.
falls off a
Probably
concrete
like 3
platform.
or 4 feet straight down on the concrete.
No, that was almost 8.
No.
It was taller than him when he was laying down. Remember the guy's up there on top with the bat.
Yeah.
That had to be almost 8 feet. He falls
Dude, it was, I don't know.
face down and lands. It didn't flat on
Like,
concrete
how
from an
can you
8-foot
do
fall
that?
and rocks his
You
head
can see him
so
just-
fucking hard.
I'm like,
That was like one of the
how
best
would you
stunts
survive that?
I ever seen.
Yeah.
Because it's just a wide angle shot.
Let's
You
say
just gotta
someone
go.
did some
boom!
computer shit to, I don't know, man.
It looked crunchy. It looked
was
like I was
crunchy.
like,
I
damn!
felt the crunch in my own bones.
We both were like, boom! And you hear the crowd
There
behind
are-
us. We're like, whoa!
Yeah, there are 3 main moments in this movie that are so like, oh!
Yeah.
And that was one of them. Because I was like,
She takes car keys and beats the shit
Okay,
out of someone.
4 movies.
Poof, 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 poof. And his face is just all fucking mangulated
she's
and
a tough
scarred up.
cookie. I will give her credit for the character.
I really like the actress.
Yeah, she's great.
I just don't. I like her acting was solid. Everything was great.
That opening scene where
she like seems like an adult star who's becoming a movie star.
Yeah, for
it's
real.
all believable.
She sells it. She sells
but
it.
Literally everything else is just hokey stupid.
So it was written like a fucking 80s movie.
Yep.
Without any like actual like it didn't. It had some of the spirit, but not the real true spirit of an 80s movie.
Correct.
But like It had the parts of 80s
was super
movies
rated
that
R.
don't make sense and that don't go together, and you're like, that's just in there for artsiness and shit.
It's
it had a
super
bunch of that.
rated R
Yeah.
for graphic stuff, but I
And
don't.
with some nudity.
I don't. Well,
There's
yeah.
I think there's
a little
like
bit of
boobs,
nudity.
just
Yeah.
a couple boob shots.
But I don't think there's enough F-bombs, to be honest. For the
No.
fucking drastic shit that was going on. Oh my god, people are just like, what the fuck? Holy
I
shit.
hated the resolution of this fucking. It's so.
We can't, but I'm having a fucking really hard time. I'm between. I'm gonna say I'm between like 3 and 6.
Oh yeah, I'm hovering around 5.
I'm like, but because when I think about the dumb shit, I hate it so much. It's stupid, and I
plot
fucking
is
hate
just
it.
dumb.
When I think about the good stuff, like the first 20 minutes of the movie,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I was like, dang man, that's pretty. Like it's believable. I really buy her. I want her to
Here's the
succeed
thing.
and shit.
This movie isn't. It's not really. I almost want to say it's not intense enough.
Correct. I kept thinking throughout the whole movie, I was
It's
like,
super
nothing
bland.
is happening.
Yeah,
Something happened,
Things
please.
happen, but they're not like.
They don't.
You know,
they're
and-
not driving anything.
No.
Sure,
it's
she beats
kinda
the guy up with
weird.
keys, but it's like that almost the whole movie's unnecessary.
No, there are entire like when she's getting robbed or the dude's whatever.
Yeah.
And that whole scene.
It's the show of badass shit.
That's it. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, we get that, but like, do we have to? Yeah, I know that was. That's one of the 4 major parts where I was like,
cringed. I crossed my legs in the theater, and everyone laughed. I think because we're the only people up front.
We're way down
and
below.
it's pretty obvious that we're just like,
oh,
this guy gets his dick stomped,
Yep,
And it shows
his balls
pop out of his
and
body.
then she's just boom, and like his nut sack shoots out.
Squirt out.
You can see his sack; it's all fucking
It's
destroying
horrible.
his actual testicles
One thing
are
I'll give
outside
it-
of his ball sack.
They squirt.
It was amazing.
His
Just-
testicles squirt out of
and
his
it's like, whoop,
fucking
and then you
body.
see this, it's just you like.
That's horrible. I was like, oh god.
There's a shotgun to the head moment too.
Yeah, there's
That was just. Or when that opened his head.
Those cops were so dumb at the end.
So that's what I mean. That's that 80s feel where they're just in there they're not even real main characters.
Yeah.
You see them sprinkled in there a couple times, and there's some comic
We
relief
called
in
so
there.
much.
But
he's like, one of the cops goes on ahead, and she's like, wait for me. And I was like, he's getting shot. Boom, he gets shot immediately.
Yep. He's like, oh, I was wanted to be an actor. It's like, is this? Yeah. Like,
But anyway, we're no
you're a
spoilers.
terrible actor at acting, guy. No,
He was a good actor in the rest of it.
Yeah.
That death scene was pretty stupid, though.
Well, I thought he was like.
He's
Like
yeah,
I was like
he's trying.
That's pretty good. That's
But-
pretty. I don't know if I could ever act like that well. So just
Whatever.
But
I don't know.
yeah.
It
So
was
I
stupid.
mean,
Most of it was
the villain, the hidden villain of this movie.
the one guy, her best friend, you like him, and he's just not in it enough.
What? Which one?
The black dude at the movie store.
I was like, he's cool. He's a skater. He's
Yeah,
got
he's got the
fucking-
old school big chunky skateboards. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
80s.
80s stuff. So like you really like him. He's really good to her. He takes care of her. He watches over her, helps her out, does shit.
Well, let's just
it's just-
wrap this up quick. So I'm gonna give it a 4. I don't think it's good. It's a little below average because it just falls the fuck apart about halfway through.
It keeps promising that it's going to put itself
That
back
something's
together,
happening,
and then it
yeah.
doesn't, and then it falls a little more falls off of it.
What are you gonna give it?
I'm gonna give it a 5.
5? 5 and 4.
I feel like it really
you-
did feel like the 80s, and
That's the only merit it gets.
it's a lot of it. I think her acting was good.
Yeah.
I think the soundtrack was decent. I feel like
Most of the characters are okay.
they were.
There were. All right, let's get the spoilers. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Her dad is the dumbest character ever. Oh, praise the Lord! Like, that was the most
What's the message of the
Hamming
fucking movie?
up overacting I've ever seen.
I wouldn't say that, but it's way the fuck up there
It's
in the
right on top,
stratosphere of him.
yeah.
Whoa, and just shut up, old man.
I was so glad he died that I wanted. Oh, so you get to see his head explode. Just a double barrel shotgun
shotguns him to the
right,
fucking
her own
head.
dad.
Yeah, it was amazing. That part.
Once we found out it was the dad as the villain, that's where I was like, oh fuck this movie.
Well, stupid. The motivation
He's a
of
pastor.
the villain
It's
is
stupid.
like, it's inconceivable.
He's a pastor. How does he get this giant Hollywood mansion?
Yeah, I don't know. So he
Just to
so
save
he was
his
luring. The whole crux is like Satan is taking over Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's like this theme in the background, and so you find out at the end that her father, I guess, being a pastor, is like he's behind all like these murders and shit because he's like trying to convert these people to get out of Hollywood, but then when they don't, he brands them and kills them.
Yeah.
That's it. That's like the whole thing, and then everyone's confusing his murders with the fucking the real, which is the real thing that happened in real life. So the movie tries to be like, is it him? Is it like, it keeps you kind of like wondering who. I never bought for a second that it was him.
No,
because I did know a little bit about
the history. I was just zoning out thinking about the movie, like, fuck this movie.
It's not great.
I just zoned out for like a minute while you were talking. I was like, oh, I was thinking about all the stupid shit
There's
that happened.
There's a lot of dumb shit in this
and
movie.
I was like,
it's
fuck this movie.
Full of
fuck that
shit. But like, here's the other
I
thing.
didn't buy him at all, yeah.
She's like, so she's a stripper and has some money because you make money, or stripper of an adult
porn
movie.
star.
Yeah, but she is like, they normalize cocaine in this.
That's the one thing I thought was cool.
Yeah, I was like, I guess,
cocaine.
yeah. She's every couple of scenes she's doing a line and
there's like behind the scenes of being a porn star, like
yeah,
in the makeup
she's like
room,
in the
bullshit with
doing
her
her
buddies,
makeup and being
her porn buddies.
Yeah, there is this porcelain duck about this big. And it was big.
It's
and
full of cocaine.
She takes its head off, and she has this little tiny scooper, and the whole thing is full of coke.
Like
that's so much coke.
$100,000 of cocaine.
And she's just whatever, and like they don't make it like it's a problem for her.
No,
or not. She's just every now and then she'll just do a smear.
Yeah, she just keeps fucking snorting cocaine throughout the movie.
Yeah,
it's like every 15, 20 minutes she does like a big line.
Yeah, and you're like, is this
right
gonna
before
come
a shoot
into play or something? And it doesn't. That's just who she is. It's fine.
I wish, honestly.
It's weird.
So it ends in a happy ending, which is stupid. Considering all things considered,
it did. It didn't. It had that happy '80s ending feel.
So fucking Kevin Bacon's a private eye, and he's hired by her dad
to follow her
for a fortune. He's like, he pays me too good to fucking turn on him.
Yeah.
Fuck off. How does this pastor get all this money? Anyway, he pays Kevin Bacon to find her.
Because where did he get rich and how did he?
In like 15 years,
so
he made up millions and millions of dollars.
He's like, I've been looking all over for you, like to his daughter Maxxine. Like, what? Okay, he even goes. There's a scene where he goes to
a spank booth.
Yeah, and she's in it.
A nudie booth.
And he watches her.
And he's the one. He watches his own.
You don't know that it's him, and he's like, you can see.
Yeah.
Now I know why.
That he broke that thing.
He's like all upset and shit. But it's like,
anyway,
why are you in there looking at your daughter?
So he pays Kevin Bacon to find her.
Yes.
And then he's following her, and she punches him out with keys.
Yeah, because she.
And
knows
then
they had a conversation.
For the rest of his character, he's chasing her, trying to kill her.
Yeah, he's like, it's personal now. It's like, well, I would say that the father wouldn't like that if you killed his daughter because he's trying to get her back. His whole motivation.
That's why I hate his character.
Is to get Satan out of her.
Yeah. Perform an exorcism.
Dude, they have this ritual thing on camera with all these other cultists around. That's how the movie climaxes. It's the dumbest ending. It's such
and they're all cultists, and then suddenly they're all wearing white robes, and suddenly it's like Bad Boys all of a sudden because suddenly underneath all the robes they got double barrel shotguns
and deal with shit and like the detectives.
It's like a cartoon. It's so stupid.
Well, a lot of '80s movies were. That's why I have to give it the 5 that extra point.
Shit.
No, because it really felt like this. I love that.
I know.
80s zany, goofy, off the rails kind of shit.
So then what happens is they knock Kevin Bacon out.
Yeah, they do.
And
he's
then
the guy that falls.
They put him in a car compactor.
They chain him, they handcuff him to the wheel.
And instead of like being like to threaten him, they literally just did it to kill him. Why don't you just kill him?
I think they can have the evidence and then ship
melted.
Yeah, whatever. But like the crazy thing is,
you actually watch him like in the car.
She has a lawyer agent that's been with her, and he's just this. They're like best buddies in a way.
Yeah,
he like looks after her like a fucking daughter, and he's the murder. He's like murdering her enemies for her. And
that was like, what I liked.
It was great. I was like, who is this guy?
That's like
we
the only
need more
point.
of him on the screen.
The only points that this gets is that he had her back and that
he
she's
did,
a good actress.
and he didn't turn on her. Nothing.
Correct.
He's like, you just, I'll take care
commit
of this.
straight up murder.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, you get out of here. We'll clean this mess up.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
And then it shows dogs licking up his guts and shit.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's pretty gross.
It was a gross movie. There's a lot of queasy moments for a second, especially the nut stuff. She literally, I couldn't believe that. I was like, I might walk out of here now and get some air.
It ramped up a couple times, but
it did.
I don't know.
But I don't think that's an excuse for like, you know.
Oh, excuse me.
That doesn't make it a better movie because
I don't think
it almost ruined it for me when the nuts shot out.
And the head exploding from the double barrel shotgun.
That was fucking crazy.
So they're chasing him.
I mean, it was a real effect.
The cops chase him up the hill, up to the Hollywood sign, of course.
Yeah.
And then he's got a little rosary and he sticks it in the agent's eye. It doesn't show it, which is stupid.
No,
she comes around the corner and she's got
I told you I'd get him.
And she goes, I told you I'd get him because she shot him. And then she's like, oops, doinks, falls down the hill. Doink, 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 right into the darkness.
And you never see her again.
Never see her again.
That was the highlight of the fucking.
I just keep thinking it sounds like doinks. Like, oh.
Like, she just it comes around the corner, it's in her eye. I told you I'd get him.
And then she just
it was so out of place.
It was laugh out loud funny though.
It was so ridiculous.
Laugh out loud funny.
I could not believe that they thought that would just be a good thing. Why doesn't she just be like, you know, what I told you to get him?
Sit down and be like, I need to get this thing out of my eye.
I hate it when the villain, because like every one of the cultists had like a shotgun under their fucking
double-barreled sawed-off shotguns.
Who brings that to a ritual? They're expecting the detective to show up. Yeah, because it becomes this big shootout and they're like, cover me, and then the cops are just like, boom. And the cops in this actually are really fucking accurate shot.
They literally killed everyone.
They wiped out like 15 people by themselves. And then, of course, the main villain.
There's another graphic thing. She gets pulled under. It was like a stupid like horror movie trope. Like she's walking by a pool and a cult member pops out of the pool and pulls her in the water. What?
Yeah,
what?
And then she sticks a switchblade.
She takes the switchblade and shoves it up his nose and kills him, which is kind of sweet.
Yeah,
but
I definitely the sets were really good. In terms of like just getting all of those cars and all the clothing and all that, right? I mean, it really. But then they did go like.
She drives like an insane person too.
Yeah, I mean, when you do that much coke, I guess.
I guess.
What do you want?
No, you're right. What do you want?
I didn't like her as a character because I think her motivations were. I just want to be a star, but like she was willing to kind of do anything for that, and it's just like that's a weak.
This movie doesn't deserve any more of our time or yours, but honestly, I
don't know.
Fucking, they did this cardinal sin bullshit that I fucking hate. We watched the movie. We watched the whole thing. Why would you do flashbacks from earlier in the movie?
Oh, like if we didn't see that already.
I pieced it together that some Hollywood big shot, which is a stupid pastor dad,
somehow
is like inviting these girls up to his mansion and killing them. We pieced that together. It's the same guy.
Yeah,
we already have the address the whole time.
But they showed like all these scenes of like. It's when the character gets it, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see this Hollywood guy," and then this one's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see this guy," and it's the same guy.
We already did that. I think that was bullshit, and that's insulting to me as an audience member.
If you were
I watched it
through every part besides the nut smashing part, you might need a refresher.
Well, that's the thing. If you're sleeping through a movie, then you don't deserve to know how it goes. Yeah, but if you're paying attention, don't insult me with that, because it was like another full minute.
A lot of movies do that.
It's like all grayed out, like, oh, this happened in the past. It's like yesterday.
The other thing too was it's like she didn't seem like she was that remorseful of all of her friends getting murdered.
She didn't seem remorseful about anything.
The other and then it's like the detectives are interviewing her, like, what's going on, and she, unbelievably so, does not cooperate with them.
Yep.
Those are the first people. They're trying to help you, and you're like, fuck you, I don't talk to the cops. It's like,
and they literally,
they're like the good guys, actually.
They literally told her, they're like, we don't give a fuck about drugs. We don't give a fuck
about
anything
else that's going on in your life.
We just want to figure out who killed these people?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't talk to cops.
And it's like...
And it happened like 3 times she had interactions with them, like, I'm not telling you nothing. I'll save myself.
Yeah, when she's got a... Yeah, that's awful.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of unbelievable
there's not
stupid shit.
The motivations are just not there for anything.
The motivations are awful.
Yeah.
In this. Especially the
dad.
fucking villain. He's so weak of a villain.
I think that's one of the worst antagonists ever.
Well, it would have been better if they had him in the story and other parts, and then it was like, oh my god, it's my dad?
My dad's been calling me, trying to get a hold of me.
You don't see him until the very end of the movie.
You hear his voice
that's it.
at the very beginning when there's this video, like, he's like, you're going to be the best girl in church. And he's filming it. Yeah. You're going to be in the church choir or something. Blah, blah, blah. You're going to be a star of the church. And then she's like, I just want to be like you, Daddy. And it's like, okay. And I immediately picked out at the beginning that her dad's a creeper. Like his voice was like, oh yeah, darling. Like he was like creeping all over in this video, a home video from when she was like 12.
Say it like you mean it.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then he's the villain at the end, and he shows her the video again at the end, and then...
Yeah. And then... Or he's watching the video, and when she sneaks up into his room.
And then, once he starts going like, you're gonna get the devil out of you!
Yeah, I was like, you are the perform an ecstasy!
You're the worst
fucking...
overacting Southern piece of shit actor.
I don't understand, like, how they picked that guy.
I can't believe the director was okay with him.
I mean, that's that stupid 80s, like, overacting, like, which it works sometimes, but not like that.
No.
That was not good.
That was fucking foul.
He made me, like, as soon as he was on stage, and I'm like, this is the fucking guy.
This is so stupid.
It was like 3 points were just dashed, like, it deflated the entire climax. Like, it just was done, and I was like, well... And then I was like, well, the cops are murdering all the cultists, so that's at least something, but it was like... So, because, like, usually
this is another thing. Her dad gives her a video of her dad murdering those 2 girls.
Oh, yeah, her friend.
Why wouldn't you give that right to the cops?
That's what I'm saying. Her motivation is stupid.
Take this video. It'll probably give you clues where they were murdered, because he's filming the inside of his entire fucking house.
Yeah.
And then he watches them get murdered.
Yeah.
And he gives her the fucking tape.
She gives her friend the tape to find out where the tape was made.
So multiple people know about this fucking homicide.
Why they killed him?
I don't fucking know.
It doesn't matter. They're like, well, we got to have a body count, so let's just kill him. And
what was really dumb, because he was like a good character.
He was great. I liked him. And then he dies.
Like a bitch.
You're like, what the fuck? It just drags it out, too. It's not like it
it's all
just fucking...
grainy slow-mo like that.
I don't know.
Well,
I'd say
I don't like it.
There's some... I don't know. It's an average movie for me.
Mixed.
It's not worth seeing.
Like I said,
never watch it again.
I would never watch this. I was on board for like the first 30 minutes. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Night Stalker. I was like, this is going good.
It crested already then, and you're like, it should be way up there in the sky.
I remember the Night Stalker thing being played off in the fucking trailer a bunch. Night Stalker.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was just like to try to get people in, like thinking that this is a movie about the Night Stalker, and it wasn't. It was like this bullshit.
I kind of knew that because I think a lot of people know that story.
Well, the homicide detectives straight up say it's not him. They're like, we know it's not him. We know it's not him, but he's trying to make it look like it's him. Like it's the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
He's trying to cover up his tracks, make it look like the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Fuck that.
Wow, what a colossal, just not good time.
I thought this would be good. This is far and away the worst movie we saw
all weekend.
And I saw Johnny Mnemonic last night.
Yeah.
Like I actually sat and watched that.
It really reminds you of what good television, good movies are.
That movie's terrible, but I don't like this one.
Something like this.
I think this is worse, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. So that's that. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Subscribe, right?
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, bang the bell.
Go see Horizon in American Saga.
Like,
do that instead of this.
You should leave a comment saying that you went and saw that movie, not this one, in the comments down below. But anyway, until next time, guys, we'll catch you in the next Vertical Slice.
See yous.